Hey everyone, this is Neil with Wasted Paper here, bringing you another fountain pen review. This time we're looking at a pen that I designed. I did an original video on the Cheshire Cat one on Endless Pens channel. I'll have a link up here if you want to check that out. This is a new colorway coming out Friday, and I really thought I need content on my channel of my pen. How often do people get to make a pen model? So I will let you know. I do have some biases here, obviously. I designed it. So I'll try to treat this more as a showcase, but I've used these pens a ton by now at this point, so it's nothing new to me. Starting off with the box, you have this oversleeve here that I designed. It's the Magna Carta logo, the Endless Pens logo, and then just an X. I kind of got this truthfully from Spy Family.
A spy on a mission? So cool!
If you know the anime, you know there's an X in it, and I was just like, let's kind of do it. So it says Magna Carta here, and then it says Endless Exclusive. This model is only available at Endless Pens website. Underneath that, you have Magna Carta's traditional black box. Nothing too crazy here. It looks nice, it's clean, but nothing to shout out about. On the inside is where we get the fun. It comes with this card, which is good for their 5-year warranty. This will be filled out on the Cheshire one because I personally filled all of those out. If you ever run into me at an event or anything like this, I have no issue filling out your card for you. I just only signed these ones on the Cheshire because I did that colorway. And here we are. This colorway is an absolute banger.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Kieran killed this. When I made the model, I actually was told to make 3 kind of colorways, like my own colorway, and then we were going to do 2 like general release colorways, if you will. And I wanted everybody else involved. So I actually asked Kieran to make a color, and this is the resin he did. He tried to outdo me 1000%. I was like, dog. So my Cheshire one wasn't fully completed yet, so I was still like getting those made. He was still making the material. And I saw this one and I was like, I cussed him out. I was like, bro, you can't make a better color than me. So I worked and obviously enhanced mine in a lot more ways than just a colorway. But this colorway is just absolutely stunning. You have greens, you have purples, kind of blues, somewhat of a lilac in between, and then obviously a ton of black, which really sets this one aside. This one is called Black Opal, and you can really just see why. I feel like he completely killed this colorway. Going into the model, on the top here, you have a Magna Carta logo finial. I put these up here because I really like his logo. I think it's really clean. And I was like, you know what? Let's do that. The idea was if people do special colorways or they have special releases, you could customize this. But I still think his normal logo looks really nice. And obviously, if you saw the Cheshire, you know I messed with mine. As for the clip, it is really long, and I've had a lot of people call that out. I'm aware. He had like maybe 4, I think maybe 3 or 4 clip options for me to kind of look at and try from. And he doesn't ever really use this. And I like Italian style clips. Obviously, it's a bit longer than most of them, but it's still just, I like the aesthetic. And I thought it looked really good on this pen model. So I have this clip on here. For the band, it says Magna Carta, and his normal band just says this, then it's blank and goes to his logo on the back. For mine, I wanted to make it special, and it's on all of the MST pens, not just specifically this one, but it says Magna Carta, and then it has a line through to kind of guide your eye, and then it says established 2014, because that's the year Kieran founded the company. I really like showcasing history, so if I can do it, I'm going to. Down from that, you have 2 more trim rings right here. They just look really nice. I actually considered doing a band and we tried a few samples. None of them worked out too great for what I wanted. I felt like they all clashed. So we have the 2 bands right here. Down from that, more of this just killer resin where he tried to outdo me. And then at the end, you have 1 trim ring right here. Nothing too crazy to say at the end of this. I mean, it's just, I'm really happy with this model. And for those wondering, the trim is all gold on here because it uses, and we'll get to it, the Fine Flex nib. That nib comes gold and he doesn't do any kind of coating or different colors to it because he says it messes with the writing experience. So all the trims on all of these pens, at least right now, are always going to be gold. The pen uncaps in 2.5 rotations. On the inside of here, you can kind of see that metal piece, which keeps your finial in place. And we'll talk about that in a second. As for the grip section up here, it's wide enough for most hands and it's long enough. I'm going to say it's going to accommodate most people. I actually took this straight from the Mag 600. I tried a few different grips and I've shown samples in a blog that I wrote, which I guess you can read here if you want to learn more about this. But this one is just by far my favorite that we landed on. It's long enough that I'm going to say it'll accommodate most hands. And even though it tapers down, it never gets so small that you feel pinched. There is a step down right here before you get onto the threads. It's a bit sharp, I won't lie to you, but it lets us get a really nice seamless look when the cap's on here. And then for the nib, you have Magna Carta's Fine Flex nib. He is known for this. All of these MST models come with it. Be on the lookout. Maybe something will change in the future. Maybe we can do something else. But right now, this is his like notorious nib. Everybody wants this. And it's paired with an ebonite feed. He makes the nib and the feed and even the housing on the inside of here all in-house. And then unscrewing the pen on the inside, it'll come with a Schmidt converter and it's already installed into your pen. And the thing I worked really hard on with my model is how it posts. Once you have the cap pushed down all the way, the cap should reach between your pointer finger and your thumb and rest kind of right here. It makes it so you have the perfect balance for posting your pen. I understand posting isn't for everybody, but my pen, I promise you, is made to do this. So check it out, see how you like it. It maybe will hopefully sway or change some people or give them a different take on posting, because a lot of brands will say their pens post. Mine does intentionally. It's not just an afterthought, and it's not super long. You'll see later when we do a size comparison that this is a really good shape for posting. The ink we're going to be going with is another banger to match this pen. This is called Tears of Alice. It is from Bungo Box, and it is just amazing. Lau, or Kenshin Crafts on YouTube, is actually the one who showcased this to me, and he told me about this ink, and he is right. It's just an amazing, amazing ink, and the bottle is so cute. I really, really like this. And for my writing sample, again, I'm going to be using my B7 Tranex notebook from the Papermine, also Blake's Broadcast. I actually got to meet Blake in person in San Francisco, and I took a picture. I'll show it right here. I actually spent a ton of time at his table, and I don't know if I annoyed him, but it was like meeting one of the people that you look up to. I only even started a YouTube early on with inspiration from channels like his. I've watched Blake for a long time. So getting to meet him was super cool, and now I get to showcase his paper every chance I get. When it comes to the writing sample, I wish I could tell you I was as skilled as everybody else when it comes to a flex nib like this. But again, I am left-handed, so it's not my strong suit. But this is such a crazy, soft, flexible nib. The writing is very unique. I wouldn't call it newbie or like beginner friendly because the nib is so soft. I'm not worried I'm gonna like break it or damage it, but your lines can go from thin, right, like right here, to big on a drop of a dime. It can happen so fast. So it's something to be like weary of. I would say you really want to be someone that has good hand control when using a pen. As for the overall writing sample though, it looks really good. I had no issues. The flex is absolutely crazy, something you should expect with this nib. And then the feed kept up just fine. Right here, I'm just writing with the pen pressuring itself, not applying any at all, and the pen wrote just fine. Surprisingly, no variation here when I was just dragging it. I really don't have too much to say here. The nib is pretty much notorious at this point with Magna Carta, and it is known for being an extremely soft, flexible gold nib. For my size comparison, I have a Lamy Safari and a Pilot Custom A23. When looking at these side by side, my model, the MST, falls right in between these two. It's really close to the Lamy Safari, but just slightly longer, and then again, slightly under the Custom A23. When these are all uncapped, the MST is actually the longest one here, but it's extremely close to the rest of these. It is just a hairline longer than the Custom A23. And then for them posted, I'm trying not to be biased here, but this is what I worked on so hard. So my model really shines here. It is the smallest one posted, and that's just something I worked on so hard because if you've watched me for a while, I am constantly using this pen in my size comparison video because most people, I hope, if you've tried gold nibs and you are a little bit more established, you've tried this pen, but I think this is one of the best posting pens. So my goal was to either mimic or beat, right? And I mean, we did. I'm gonna give a lot of credit to Hiran. I really just designed, but I mean, we really did it, and yeah. And now on to the price. The MSRP for the Magna Carta MST is $490, and my affiliate code obviously does work on this, which will save you 10%, which on a pen like this is a huge savings. So you can always save that 10% off of this model. And if you want to support my channel, I mean, it's huge for me, but I also really want people to just check this model out in general. It's the first model I've ever done, and I'm super happy with this. Hiran worked with me on everything and was able to get really what I wanted. I have to call it this colorway again though. He really tried to outdo me with this. I'm so convinced. This colorway is just fantastic. I really like it a lot, and it's just better than anything I would have created when it comes to like a normal base resin. It wasn't even on my mind to do this kind of colorway for this pen, so he just absolutely killed it. I am going to call out one critique here, and it's going to be the Fine Flex nib. There's nothing wrong with the nib, but it is not a newbie or beginner friendly nib. If you want to step into flex, you're really hitting the ground running by getting this nib. It's not for fast riding, which is what I do basically most of the time. So I would say that's really the only critique or thing to look out for. You know, if you're a fast rider and you want to just throw down stuff and get moving, this really isn't the pen for you. And if you're like new to flex, I'm not saying you can't start with this, but it is something to learn, and it would take time to get used to. If you're already established and already been doing it, I mean, go ahead, you'll enjoy this nib. It's just, there's nothing like it. All that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. Leave a comment down below if you already picked up this pen. Maybe you got the Cheshire and your opinions on it. I really would love to hear them, to be honest with you. I didn't get too much feedback other than I love the Cheshire, I really like your design, but I would love to hear what other people think too. And if you want more content like this, please hit that subscribe button. And again, thank you for watching. And then one trimmer, but when that happens and that point meets what are you saying?